What's up, beautiful beings, online tribe, Ashe? Welcome and welcome back to the I Am One YouTube channel, which is now known as the Alignment Holistic Center. My name is Jacqueline Gadimim, also known as Your Girl Jackie. If you're new here, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe and join the family. And if you're subscribing, you know what it is, gang. Anyway, in this video, I am going to be talking about the 5 ways in which you can get rid of toxic energy. Because anybody got time for that? Anybody got time for no toxicity? Okay? So number 1 is to become aware of your own energy, becoming aware of your own self, becoming self-aware. Before you can rule out what is negative and what is positive, you first have to be neutral, right? So in the energetical field, we have certain vibrations which align with certain emotions or certain ways in which you feel. So how you feel is also a vibration, right? So if you're feeling low, it means that you're vibrating very low. And when you're feeling high and happy and blissful and grateful and just ready to conquer the world, it means that you're vibrating very high. So now when you're vibrating really low, it means that you are more prone to toxic energies, to more negativity, because you're thinking negatively. You're probably not feeling inspired. That is a negative emotion because it doesn't make you feel good. If you feel sad, that is a negative emotion because you don't feel good, right? But there's nothing wrong with low vibrational emotions. I'm not saying that you always have to feel on top of the world, blissful, ready to take over the world, because everybody knows that that's not being realistic. We live in a world of duality, and the duality of energies is the negatives and the positive energies, right? So when you're feeling negative, you attract more toxic energies within yourself. So you cannot, I don't know how many gurus have told you, but from my experience, I know that when you are sad, the last thing you are thinking about is laughing and, being cheered up and all of that. You're just all up in your head, right? You're just thinking about all the reasons you should be sad, and rightfully so. Like, if you're angry, you're rightfully, that emotion is there for a reason. It's there to teach you about yourself. So this is where now you have to sit with the emotion and understand where the emotion comes from. Understanding why you are feeling that way. So if you're feeling unstuck, what is certain aspects of your life that is making you stuck, right? Understanding the energy that you're working with instead of trying to be happy, because the more you're trying to achieve something, we know that you don't get it, because you'll be running away from you. If you're chasing that bag, you don't get that bag, because it's just like, yo, honey, why are you so desperate, So what you can do is sit with the emotion and neutralize it, understanding, okay, I'm not happy, I'm not excited about life, I'm depressed, I feel like, I just want to end it. That's where you are emotionally, or that's how you feel, right? That is a negative emotion. So when you're in that negative emotion, it is easy for you to get negative thoughts of negative. You know how you can go in a downward spiral of negative thoughts and thinking that it's the end of the world and all of that and right? It's because you are vibrating at a low frequency. So when you sit with the emotion and understand where it comes from, and understanding the root of the anger, why are you angry? This person made you angry because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what usually helps is journaling, writing down your emotions, writing down. The reason you write down is because now you're trying to take whatever thought that you have in your mind, you're putting it down so that you can see it as separate from yourself. Because once it's on the paper, that means that you can see the problem. The problem is no longer part of you. It's no longer just in your head. It's no longer just in your emotions. It's on a piece of paper, and you can kind of separate yourself from the emotion and understand that you are not the emotion. You are not the thought. You're not the thought process. You're not that suicidal thought. You're not that thought that is telling you that you're not worthy. You're invalid. I've been there. I've felt invalid. I've felt like fitting in until I realized that there is no reason to fit in, because all of that energy that I'm giving to so many people, I can just give it to myself. I can just give that energy to myself and understand myself, understand why I feel a certain way, understand why I think in a certain way. And the more you understand your thoughts, the more you understand yourself, because your thoughts are your reality. Your thoughts create your reality. The thoughts make up who you are. Who you think you are is just thoughts, right? So understanding where those thoughts come from and understanding the thought itself, helps a lot, because now if you are now looking at a negative thought, you have a more positive outcome, because you can now regenerate that thought into something more positive. So instead of I am not worthy, there's a thought that keeps saying I ain't worthy. Like, that thought is just saying, it's just a thought, in my head, and I can just rephrase it to I am worthy, I am loved, I am valued, and you start attracting more positive energies. Then in a sense, you release that energy from yourself through affirmations, right? Affirmations also count. But in order to affirm to a positive thought, you need to understand the negative thought and where it comes from, because it will always come back. So for you to counter that negative thought, you need to understand it. You need to know where it comes from. You need to understand the feeling. You can't just suppress it and just go on about life and then expect everything to be okay and start attracting positive things. So number 2 is intensifying the emotion of gratitude and love. So we go through life and we meet people and we form relationships, with our families, with friends, and the list goes on, right? So when we experience some kind of betrayal from the relationships or those we keep close to us and we love, we tend to close our heart chakra, which is our heart center, which is where we express love, love is the center, or love is God. God is love. So we close that part of ourselves, which is the God self, right? So that means that we become more conscious and not really receptive to other people's energies and energies in a whole, right? So when you have gotten through betrayal, if you have not forgiven the person, and remember that forgiveness is always about you. It's about the person that you are. It's never about that person who hurt you. I've been through situations where a person, you can see that you will never in a million years get an apology from this person, right? And for some reason you are dependent on that apology as if it's somehow supposed to validate how you feel, validate the pain that you went through, right? So you go through the process of just being angry, and you just like, because this person has not apologized, and you're somehow waiting for them to apologize in order to forgive them. But what I realized is that it builds up emotion in your heart. You find that now you become so resentful. Some people even become hateful, and which is very understandable because you have been betrayed. It's justified. But the moment you are not forgiving, you close your own heart to the possibility of attracting what is like your energy. Your like energy is the energy of loving, caring, the same energy you put out to that person who betrayed you or who hurt you, or the same loyalty, or whatever that might have been, the same energy. You are now unable to attract the like energy because you've closed your heart, right? So you're not receptive to good energy. You're just now weighing down on that toxic energy that person left you with, because the reality of it is that person is just toxic and has a toxic energy, and that's the only thing about them. That's the only thing that they have left in you, toxicity. And if you don't release it and open your heart to forgiveness, then you stay with that energy. Going to gratitude. Gratitude is being grateful for the things that you have. You cannot love what you will have if you cannot love what you have already. If you cannot be appreciative. The reason is, if you don't have a heart of gratitude, no matter how many things you can have, no matter how many loving people can be in your life, you'll never be grateful, because you will never see it. The same way you are not grateful that you have a shelter, at least you have something to eat, because some people don't have anything to eat. You know, like some people have serious problems, you know, because it's like problems and the serious problems, you know, but we don't identify ourselves with any of those problems, because we are not those problems. Those are the problems that we got here on earth, and we probably want to leave them here on earth, you know, like everybody got time for it, right? Number 3, we have cleansing your body and your environment. So what I usually do to cleanse the aura, or my personal aura and the aura of my environment, is I usually just burn a sage. This is a California white incense. I sell them, so if you want one, I can get you one. You know, my email will be listed in the description if we haven't created a website yet. However, we're working on that. So this is a white California sage. So this helps cleanse your aura. It also cleanses your environment. It's basically like impepo, but this is like the bougie one. This one is bougie, but it works in the same way. I love the scent, you know, I love how it smells, how the house smells, and how I smell. Like, I'm so drawn to the scent. It is also healing, but it definitely cleanses your energy. It cleanses the energy of your environment and your house, and it leaves a fresh scent. And it is very important to always feel fresh and rejuvenated, because if you don't feel energetic and rejuvenated and feel like you have cleansed out the bad energies, especially if people have visited, you know, because people come with different energies. You just have to be realistic. Everybody has their own energies, things that they're attracting towards themselves, their own thoughts and emotions towards things. So it's very important to cleanse the energy, so that you're left with an energy that you already know, which you have kind of now would have been more aware of from practicing the first step, which was being more of self-aware. So becoming self-aware is the first step, and then now you can get into cleansing your own your own environment. What I also do is I just lay crystals around the house, because crystals are stones, right? So these stones have their own vibration. So these stones also attract energies, and they also release energies. So this is a protective kit. What I like about this kit is that it comes with the description of the stones and what you can use them for, and I can make a video on how to cleanse your crystals if that's what you're interested in. But this is what I actually love, and I'm literally sharing myself, and I'm sharing the things that I practice, because I don't want to be like, oh, get yourself crystals, and then you don't know where to start, right? So these are the crystals, the 7 crystals within each packet. I love the packaging. I think you'll love it too. Follow me on Instagram if you want to know a little more about that. We also have incense sticks. So the incense sticks also help, you know, cleanse the aura of your environment. So I have different types of ones. You can have the healing one if you want to heal your energy center or your heart chakra. I have all types. What I love about these incense sticks is that they really smell good. They smell fresh. They smell. I'm not just purchase one and then leave a review on our website for sure. And then those are one of the things that you can do to cleanse your environment. Another thing is to take water and just sprinkle it around your house, your area, and just pray. Prayer is very important. Prayer is very important. Prayer and inviting God in your space and in your environment it's the ultimate one. It's the ultimate one. These are just accessories that you just keep around the house to absorb energies, because at the end of the day, God also created this and other tools that we can use to rejuvenate and cleanse and be more energetic and feel more energetic, and just cleanse our aura. Number 4 is offering your energy to the universe. So we live in a world of dualities, right? So what you put out in the world is what you get back. So if you're putting out positive energies and you're saying to the universe, Lord, universe, source, energy, Allah, all I want is some peace. I just want peace. And you just stick to that. And you just like, I want peace. Believe it. Peace is what you will receive. The energy that you put out into the universe is the energy that you get back to yourself. If you want more happiness, if you want more gratitude, just put it out in the universe. Prayer, honey. Talk to your source, where you come from. Whoever created you, your creator, that's who you need to be connected with. Because that greater source, that higher vibration, that frequency, that source is the one that is holding that has your higher vibration being bliss, being, like I've never felt so fulfilled until I went back to just being connected to God and just hearing the voice of God. That voice is the one that will help you heal. And that voice is only within yourself. That inner voice, you are the only person that's going to heal yourself. But you need to sit in silence. You need to be in your own energy. Understand your own energy. Understand your own voice. Learn to differentiate what is the voice of God and what is your thoughts. Because your thoughts and the voice of God, they do not sound the same. The voice of God is definite. The voice of the universe is definite. The voice of source is definite. And last but not least, we have number 5, which is consciously changing your thoughts and your emotions. So we are made up of the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. So the conscious mind is basically the one that makes up the decisions, right? It's more of a masculine energy. It's more logical. It is the one that gives you practical examples. It's the one that gives you practical solutions. And then we have the subconscious mind, which is more of the creative side, right, of our brains or of our minds. So now you need to start changing the conscious mind, which is the logical, which is the more present mind, the one that makes the logical and the final decision. Let's say you have an interview, right, and your subconscious mind is like, okay, should I take it, should I not take it, or the subconscious mind has literally attracted this job to you, but you're not sure if you should take it or not, right? So your conscious mind is the one that makes the final decision to go to that job, right? It's not the one that gave you a reality and a subjective reality, but it's the one that is very objective. It's like, yeah, this is it, right? So with your conscious mind, you have to decide the thoughts that you want to feed into your brain and into your heart. This is done by making a decision of what is it that you want, what are the type of energies that you want to attract. You want to attract people that bring you more fulfillment, peace, happiness. You have to be very specific. You can't just wait on manna from heaven and expect things to just change. No, you have to be very specific. And that is the hardest part. I know it's the hardest part, especially when your mind is used to thinking negatively. That's the programming. When you are used to thinking negatively, now you have to change and start thinking more positively to attract the positive things. This is where the manifestations come in and all of that. So now you're manifesting the positive energy that you want because you are okay with the toxicity. You're okay with people being toxic because people can be a little too much, you know what I mean? Because life can be, I know, but thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll tell all your